morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Welcome to our 33rd week of Chakra Insights. Today we're going to reveal number 33. And we spent 2 weeks in creativity, so we have that energy flowing. And before we reveal our next card, Shannon's going to tell us a little bit about her week her 2 weeks in creativity.
So for me as a yoga instructor, I kind of shove myself into this box of wanting to be creative and bring something new to the practice every time, something that students haven't seen before. Maybe they haven't ever practiced this, particular peak pose or a certain core exercise, something. But then also wanting to keep people safe. So I can kind of box myself in to this pressure of creativity, but safety. And it can be really stifling for me. And what I've recognized is, as a yoga instructor, and especially one who, the teacher training I took taught me the Baptiste power sequence for Hot Power Hour, I have a foundation. I have a practice that's a go-to for me every time. And what I realized in this last 2 weeks is I wouldn't plan anything ahead of time, but I would start off with our regular Baptiste power sequence, and then something would come to me, and it would just be like, oh, we're gonna do this, and then I would weave it in and out of the practice the whole time, so there was consistency, and it just flowed. You find yourself in that state of flow, and Rebecca and I spoke about this before we came on here. But recognizing you always have a foundation. Start where you are, start with what you know, and then let it organically move. And that's kind of what I've allowed to happen in my classes this last couple weeks. And it's been really freeing, and remembering that you don't have to do the fancy, crazy new thing. Just start. Start where you are and move from there. Because at the end of the day, people are just coming for class. They don't, as long as they're getting in some stretching, some strengthening, they kind of have their community around them of support, it doesn't have to be fancy. People will be happy with, the Baptiste power sequence, because at the end of the day, that's what they came for, is
Right.
basically the power sequence. And if that's not why they were there, then whatever they get, they're probably going to be okay with. And if they're not, that's okay too. So just trying to get myself out of that conundrum of pressure between creativity and safety. So it's been really interesting, because what I've realized is having some feedback from other teachers and from students is they'd be like, oh, that was great, and I'm like, yes, when you don't force something, that's when it kind of just flows through you. And oftentimes what people don't realize is that the students that are in my class will inspire me. Like, I'll stand at the back of class to start out with, so I'm starting that practice and I'm standing in the back, and maybe someone will even move in a certain way, and it's like, click, oh, that's what we're doing. Someone moved in a certain way and that feels good to them, so let's keep the momentum going in that way. And so then it changes the practice and goes down a whole different avenue that I didn't plan on, and works out great.
Yeah, and it's a totally different feeling as a teacher when that creativity does move through. So it's like I like how you said you take the pressure off, and then you just pay attention. You're in the moment, and you're picking up on whatever's happening right then. And then maybe just the littlest thing will help inspire that new creative idea. And so as a teacher, it's like more energizing when there's a class where you get something new, where you try something different, rather than this is the plan and I have the whole sequence worked out before I even get there. Because you never know what opportunities are going to arise in the moment. So you're allowing for that moment-to-moment creativity to pop in. And so it just feels like there's a different feeling and a different quality to classes. I know when I teach, when I let that happen, and then other ones when I plan, or I'm in too much in my head, or have an expectation. So just let that creative flow is just so energizing and helps move us forward and helps us express ourselves.
And I think in any avenue of life, you don't have to be a yoga teacher. Just start from what you know. You have a foundation. So say you're going to paint a picture. Start with what you know. Just start with brush strokes, whatever it is. If you're journaling, just start to put words down on paper. That's it. Just start with what you know, and then let it organically flow from there, and don't have a lot of expectation of yourself.
Right.
Just let it go.
Let it go and let it flow.
What did you say before we got started about?
Sometimes creativity can be messy. So just because the first strokes on the canvas, maybe we don't like them. Maybe they're not, we wanted to paint something beautiful, but then this doesn't look like it. Sometimes we got to create a big mess. We have to let things, the way things were, like unfold, and to be able to see new components. Like when I'm cleaning or reorganizing something, take everything down, make a huge mess, and then put back the things that I want. So that's another thing about creativity, is it's not neat and tidy. The times that I've been the most creative, it's been the messiest. Mm-hmm. So that's just another aspect of it that we can allow for.
That's a good reminder.
Yes.
Thank you, Rebecca.
You're welcome.
So
all right,
we're going to pull.
So we have a few more cards left on our journey, and I'm going to pull today, and Shannon will read. Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's your book.
Thank you.
And I'm going to go with this one that's sticking out. Okay, so we got intelligence, which is the crown chakra, education, knowledge, perception, and flexibility.
I could stay in the crown chakra all the time.
And this is our last crown chakra card, by the way.
So, the greatest place of learning is in the school of your life. The story of the card. A candle burns to its base in a starlit study, sharing its glow with a stack of golden books. The reader of these manuscripts has been here through the night, immersed in learning and discovery. He has visited the minds of masters and opened to new knowledge, and now takes what he has learned and heads back out into the greatest learning arena of all, the Book of Life. Here he discovers himself as both the student and the master of his own story, intelligence. The message. While modern Western culture tends to judge intelligence based on mental capacity alone, true intelligence is a much more holistic and expansive experience. True intelligence is an interweaving of linear and nonlinear, tangible and energetic, structure and creative flow within the mind, body, heart, and spirit. Flow. In one sense, intelligence may be activated by expanding our knowledge through teachers, books, and lessons in our external world. In a deeper sense, our true intelligence is an infinite essence that has been with us since well before our arrival here at the Earth School, and will remain with us long after. Accessing this aspect of ourselves is about taking time to uncover, remember, and trust that which we already have within. This true sense of intelligence may be sparked or revealed by external teaching, but it takes us beyond the pages of the most profound written text, illuminating our ability to read the patterns of the world and draw deep wisdom from the wellspring of life. This card encourages you to awaken a fuller experience of your own innate intelligence. It is time to integrate new concepts into your current frameworks, to analyze and question the new, but also to be willing to question your old concepts. Be open-minded and flexible. Realize that your intelligence is not about surface understanding of facts or theory, but the embodiment of deep inner knowing in the way you live your life. It can be confronting to acknowledge and accept new ideas, but if we cling to our perception of how we have always seen things, we become stagnant in both thought and experience. By integrating new concepts into our framework of thought, or letting go of our framework to see a higher way, we say yes to the essence of true intelligence rising up within us. So leave a space in your mind for the possible. Know that there are many ways to learn and grow. By staying open to new knowledge, you will see clearly the path that is calling. Your intelligence is both unique and part of the one universal mind. Within you is the master, the student, and the teaching. The greatest place of learning is in the school of your life. Open your mind to see and experience the divinely intelligent being you are today. I could get stuck in reading books all day long. So I love how this aspect draws us to utilizing that intelligence, not just acquiring intelligence, because we can do that all day long. You know, you can read books, you can take classes, whatever, you can listen to podcasts, whatever that avenue of attaining new knowledge is. But if you're not utilizing it, then what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
And you're just collecting information.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that it reminds us to take it out into the school of life.
Right.
I
Yes.
like that.
Yes. Of course. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And also, to me, it sounded like what I liked about that little card write up was that intelligence is something that we already have within us. So when we learn something, it's almost like we're reminded. So we already have it within us, but then certain things remind us of the knowledge that we already have, and so it helps to build on our foundation of what's already inside of us. And we're all intelligent in different ways.
Yes.
So things that I'm drawn to reading are going to be different than other people are drawn to reading, because we each have different makeups, different ways of seeing the world. So we can feed our own intelligence and what interests us.
Yeah. And I think what can be a little discouraging with a card like this for some is that we were all raised in that culture of, the education system, and that intelligence is based off of the information you are capable of regurgitating. So if you didn't get great grades in school, there may be an inner dialogue of, well, I'm stupid, I'm not intelligent, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'll never understand that. But, see if you can let that go this week. Intelligence is not the grades that you received. Intelligence is not understanding this, foreign concept that you've never had to utilize in your life. If whatever way that you're successful, you are intelligent. You've utilized intelligence to be successful in your life in whatever avenue that you choose. So intelligence is not one little way. It's not about getting straight A's. It's not about having a degree. It's not about, well, you went to trade school and that's what you do and that's all you know. It can be anything, any avenue. Mm-hmm. So try not to allow any limiting beliefs. If you have any anxiety around, your schooling growing up or whatever you've experienced that maybe has that fear of not being intelligent, see if you can let that go this week.
Yes. Because that's what really limits us, is those beliefs just like put a cap over our ability to be open to things.
Yep. Yes. So we'll see where this week takes us.
Yes, and our intelligence, we're naturally drawn to, each of our own natural intelligence, we're drawn to that area of life. So whatever you feel drawn towards, that's probably where your intelligence lies. Like the easiest path is what you're really drawn to, what lights you up, what you feel the creativity towards.
Right.
So that you don't have to go towards an avenue, like if you don't like math, you don't have to go towards math to feel intelligent. Like you go towards the chakras.
That's
or
right.
yoga.
Yes, exactly.
Or painting, like we just go to where you feel called to, and that's where you're going to find a lot of rich intelligence within yourself.
Oh, I like that. Yes.
All right. So we will be opening up to our crown chakras this week, and opening up to the intelligence within us and around us, allowing that to mix together.
That sounds good. So remember to share this video with anyone that you feel called to enjoy this journey, and don't assume, because I've had a few friends reach out to me and I never would have thought, like, you want to be on this journey too? Let me tell you about it. So, let people know what you got going on, how this is helping you, how maybe this has developed a deeper connection with yourself, and share that with people, anybody. Doesn't have to be just like-minded people. You may be surprised. So share with everyone that you know. We'd love to have you share with us throughout the week, and we look forward to posting and sharing with you guys.
Yep. Feel free to post on there if you have something that you want to share with us. And we'll see you throughout the week.
Yep. Have a great day.
Namaste.
Namaste.